My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Men of High Value channel. Today I want to talk about semen retention and its amazing, awesome benefits. And I want to do it in light of the fact that it is August 1st today. For those of you who have not been practicing semen retention, today is the day to start, okay? There's 3 months before 1st of November. And 1st of November starts the month of No Nut November. This is when a lot of guys are just gonna try and fail at semen retention. But by that time, you'll have already completed 90 days, and you could be like, I already completed 90 days. You know what I mean? Like I'm on my way to 120. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what you want to be doing. And for those of you who already are on amazing streaks, keep going. Update us down below in the comment section. Tell us what you're doing, and also like this video, of course. So, 1st of August, let's make this streak count. Just try for August, man. 31 days. That's it. Just get past August. And then see how you feel. And then move on to 90 days, completing the month of September and October. What are the benefits of semen retention? Why do we keep talking about it? Because it is amazing, okay? For me, it is step number 1 towards manhood. If you know how to control yourself, if you know how to not ejaculate for a long period of time, man, you are becoming a true man in my eyes. Because you are proving to yourself that you can control your emotions. You're proving to yourself, and basically only to yourself, because it's not something that we talk openly about, you know, around the dinner table. This is something that, you know, we talk about in our Men of High Value group here online, and, you know, in the NoFap community, whatever. But it's for you to know that you are capable of controlling yourself when most men out there cannot. I mean, it's hilarious to start listening to people about, yeah, you should practice semen retention. They're like, dude, I can't even manage 3 days. Like, it's insane what's going on out there, guys. And porn is becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger problem for kids these days. They basically have it in front of their eyes every single day. Oh my gosh, it is intense. They're not really becoming men of high value. While you're setting the trend, we're basically creating the movement, making sure that as many people as possible are practicing semen retention and making a massive change in today's world. And what are the benefits of semen retention? All right, let's get to it. There are 3 categories of life that I look at. It's relationships, it's health, and it's financial or business. When it comes to relationships, when you start practicing semen retention, that basically means that you also stop watching porn. Duh, obviously. That's kind of like step number 1 if you're going to practice semen retention. There is no semen retention if you are keeping watching porn. Like, that's ridiculous, all right? So we get away with that. The moment you start practicing semen retention, you begin to look differently at girls. Obviously not the first few weeks, duh, but as time passes on, you begin to look at women differently. You start looking at them as actually human beings. You're not looking at them as objects and, you know, basically for your pleasures. So that becomes actually quite nice. You can actually view them as friends and communicate with them easily, and, you know, and have confidence in yourself while you do that. You don't come across as needy and desperate, because you truly do not need them for anything. That's what happens when you practice semen retention. It's like you get past 30 or 40 days, you're like, I don't need women. It's amazing, actually. But then you actually, at one point in time in the future, you then choose to take upon yourself the responsibility of having women in your life, and then it's absolutely a bliss and amazing. And we're gonna get to that. But first of all, you stop looking at women as objects, and that is a huge progression, okay? Especially after all this horrible porn that you've been watching for years, all right? We're getting rid of that. Another aspect of relationships is the fact that, you know, like I said, you get more confidence. And not only that, but you also, the sperm production creates sexual energy in your body, and when you don't lose that energy on a continual basis by ejaculating, you actually retain the sexual energy, and you retain the motivation, and you retain happiness. Happiness and confidence are 2 kind of interlinked things. If you're happy, then you know everything's going to work out. right? Which means that your confidence is also boosted from that happiness. If you know that everything's going to work out, that's a confidence boost, right? So which means that when you're around other people, you're comfortable. You're yourself. You don't have to be anyone else. And that actually comes largely because of semen retention. A lot of people don't think about this, but guys who have social anxiety, guys who have issues around people, who are depressed, who don't want to be around other people, very often it's because of what they do in private, which is masturbate and watch porn. You can know who you are if basically the character you have is dependent upon what you do when no one is watching. Okay, would you be the same person if people were watching you, right? You don't want to be doing things in the dark. Now, obviously, if you're practicing ejaculation control, eventually, then yeah, probably you don't want other people to see that. But but then it would be understandable. You're practicing ejaculation control. But just watching porn and masturbating to ejaculation, that's not acceptable. There's nothing worthy in that, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying is your happiness will exponentially increase over time simply by practicing semen retention. And now we move on to the other aspect of things, which is your health. Because yes, you become happy, you become motivated, but what also happens when you practice semen retention is that you allow your organs to recuperate. Okay, you understand, right, that it's your organs that manages your body. It's your heart that allows you to breathe. It's your kidneys that actually takes out the waste stuff and then produces the pee and gets out the toxins out of your body, right? Your liver, your stomach, all those things, they're being affected by the fact that you are not practicing semen retention, if you are not. If you are practicing semen retention, you are allowing your organs to recuperate. They're not being continuously and consistently drained from you ejaculating on a consistent basis. That's a beautiful thing, to allow them to recuperate. And that will actually cause you to not only want to exercise, you'll actually want to exercise when you practice semen retention. It's like the one habit that starts producing all other amazing habits into your life. Suddenly you find yourself exercising on a regular basis. Suddenly you find yourself eating better. Suddenly you find yourself drinking healthier water. Suddenly you find yourself just becoming healthier all around, simply from starting that one thing of practicing semen retention. It's not all these things that need to change in your life in order for you to be happy. It's not other people that need to change in order for you to be happy. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with semen retention. And I want you to practice this for 30 days, manage to get over that hump, man, so that you can see the beauty at the end of that tunnel. When it comes to finances, oh my gosh, okay, when you practice semen retention, this is what happens, okay? When it comes to finance, you've got expenses and you've got income. You want to reduce your expenses and you want to increase your income. When it comes to reducing your expenses, when you practice semen retention, you're not as needy and desperate and emotionally unstable. When you're emotionally unstable, what ends up happening is that you start wasting a lot of money. Okay, and the thing that you're wasting money on is instant gratification things, like drinking alcohol, going out to parties to meet girls because you're needy and desperate. You gotta have sex and you don't want to, be watching porn and masturbating lonely in your bedroom, so you might as well go out on the weekends to meet a real girl because you're not a loser. You're a loser anyway if you go out to parties to get drunk and get laid, in my opinion, because it doesn't provide any benefits to anyone in the long run. Yeah, the girls might be asking you to participate and all that crap, but the girls that do that don't know what it's doing for them long term, especially in terms of increasing their notch count, and also they'll hit the wall eventually, right? So you don't want to participate in that kind of lifestyle and increasing girls' notch counts. So yes, In my eyes, that's being a loser. A winner would be someone who's actually practicing semen retention, saving his money so that he can actually use that money to invest in himself. The best investment that you'll ever make is in yourself, not in going to parties and drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes and doing drugs and all the other crazy, stupid habits that you might have been doing. Yeah, you get rid of all that stuff, not only will your health improve, your relationships will improve because, you know, when you're not sober, you tend to do bad mistakes when in terms of relationships, and your financials will improve, man. Imagine all of that money that you could take from drinking alcohol and smoking and drugs and partying, going into clubs or whatever it is that you're wasting your money on in order to impress your friends or whatever. Take that money, invest it, and see your financials improve. Now, the question is, people might ask me at this point, well, when are you gonna have fun? Dude, if you're practicing semen retention, you have fun on a daily basis. If you're happy, motivated, have healthy habits, and actually are around people who think like you, and who are thinking big and massive about their future, and they're going to go this direction, they're following this guy, and they're doing this and this and this and this in their lives, trust me, the guys who are having purpose and goals in their lives have a lot more fun than those guys who are out partying in the weekends. It might not look like it in the short term, but trust me, in the long run, we have a lot more fun. I'm so glad I never participated in the party culture. I did it when I was 14 years old. Really, it didn't give me crap, okay? It didn't give me anything, and I'm so glad I managed to avoid that. My last taste of alcohol was when I was 16 years old. That's 17 years ago. I don't plan on drinking any alcohol for the rest of my life. The point is, this one habit, semen retention, will improve every single area of your life. Trust me on this. Try it. See it for yourself. Guess what? It's a 90-day trial. It's a 30-day trial. If you don't like it, it doesn't even cost money to register, okay? You just do it. Comment down below that you're gonna go for it and make it happen. And lastly, in terms of creating money, I'm gonna do in the next video, I'll explain why semen retention will help you to make money. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again in the next video.